Your story, Alex's journey. Finding his voice and empowering others is incredibly rich and detailed. To condense it into a 10 to 15-minute spoken story, we'll need to focus on the core narrative arc and key emotional beats, highlighting Alex's transformation and its impact. Here's a condensed version, broken down into sections that would naturally flow in a spoken delivery, aiming for that 10 to 15-minute time frame. You'll still need to deliver it at a good pace, but this provides the essential content. Alex's journey, finding his voice. Imagine facing someone who constantly makes you feel small because of who you are. What if one day you found the strength to stand up and everything changed? Stick around, because this story takes a twist you won't see coming. Our story begins in a bustling classroom. Alex, a quiet student, sat in the back, dreading his turn to speak. Every time he opened his mouth, his accent stood out, making him feel exposed. When Mrs. Campbell, their English teacher, called his name, her voice was sharp. Alex began his presentation, his words carrying traces of his family's language. He stumbled over a word, quickly correcting himself, but Mrs. Campbell noticed. She sighed loudly, rolled her eyes, and muttered, "Can anyone even understand what he's saying?" The comment landed like a slap. Alex's face burned with humiliation as she continued to pick apart his mispronunciations, mocking him with every, "It's the sound, Alex." He finished, his voice barely a whisper, and Mrs. Campbell dismissed him with a sarcastic smile. "Maybe try a little harder next time." He walked back to his seat, feeling everyone's eyes on him, swallowed by shame. After class, his friend Jamie, one of the few who was always kind, checked on him. "She shouldn't have said those things," Jamie insisted. "Don't let her get to you. You're a lot better than she makes you feel." Alex managed a small, grateful smile. As he walked home, Mrs. Campbell's insults replayed in his mind. He was tired of feeling small. Something inside him snapped. She wanted him to try harder? Fine. He'd show her. He knew he couldn't, nor did he want to, erase his accent. But he could make sure his voice was strong, clear, and filled with the confidence he felt inside. He found a language app, repeating words again and again, practicing late into the night. He saw a new spark of determination in his reflection. Next time, he thought, I'll be ready. The next morning, Alex woke with a renewed sense of purpose. He practiced constantly, between classes, during lunch, whispering sentences under his breath. When Mrs. Campbell tried to eye him with her usual smirk, Alex met her gaze, jaw set in defiance. A flicker of surprise crossed her face. Jamie noticed the change. "You seem different," he said, "like you're on a mission." Alex chuckled. "Maybe I am. I'm just tired of her putting me down." Jamie offered to help him practice for the upcoming presentation. Their sessions in the library weren't just about perfecting words. They were about building Alex's confidence. Jamie encouraged him to own his accent, calling it part of who you are, Alex. Slowly, the fear holding him back loosened its grip. By Thursday, Jamie declared, Mrs. Campbell isn't going to know what hit her. Alex found himself looking forward to the presentation, eager to prove not just her wrong, but himself right. Finally, the day arrived. Alex felt nerves, but also anticipation. When Mrs. Campbell called his name, expecting him to falter, Alex stood calmly and walked to the front. His voice was clear, steady, and filled with determination. His accent, no longer a source of embarrassment, added a unique rhythm to his speech. The class watched, drawn in. Mrs. Campbell, taken aback, narrowed her eyes, searching for a flaw. But Alex delivered his presentation with unwavering strength. When he finished, a respectful silence filled the room. Then Jamie started clapping. One by one, the other students joined, until the whole room erupted in applause. Alex felt a surge of triumph. Mrs. Campbell's smug expression had vanished, replaced by clear surprise. With a forced smile, she admitted, "That was unexpected. You've clearly put in some effort. Perhaps you finally started to take things seriously." Alex met her gaze, his silence speaking volumes. He didn't need her approval. He had the respect of his classmates, and more importantly, he had reclaimed his own self-worth. As Alex left class, Mrs. Campbell called his name, her voice almost hesitant. "You surprised me today, Alex," she confessed. "I hadn't expected you to show such improvement." She even offered a rare, "Keep it up. You've shown that you can rise to the occasion." It was the closest thing to an apology he'd ever get, and Alex knew it hadn't come easily. He nodded, then walked away feeling lighter, truly free. He realized that Mrs. Campbell's judgment was her limitation, not his. He saw his little sister, Maria, late,